So you're retired. Yay, hippie ray. You're all set up in your own nice little suite and comfort. You got a little place. No more working for you. This is a great time to be retired, right? So you go off to the grocery store and you're bumping into somebody. You never met them before, and they're having a little bit of small talk, talking about the price of tomatoes or something. And the person turns to you, looks you straight in the eye and says, "So, who are you?" That's kind of invasive, isn't it? Why would someone say something like that? And then anyways, you separate, go your own ways, and you're like, yeah, what does this guy mean? Who am I? And then you come home, you put your groceries away, and one of your family members comes by, and you're having a little chit-chat with them. They're making a coffee, and suddenly they turn to you and say, "Well, Tare, who are you?" And again, you're like dumbfounded. What do you mean, who am I? And anyways, you sort of mumble and grumble. You go your way, and they take their coffee and go out of the room. So my suggestion is sit down with a piece of paper and a pen, and let's figure out who you are. Because in retirement, in order to move forward, it's a brand new world, brand new situation. You've got to know who you are. Hi, I'm Terry, and welcome back to Surviving Retirement. Today, we are going to find out all about you. This episode is about you, and I'm pointing at you. Yeah, you, just like Robert De Niro used to say. So get yourself relaxed, and if you're watching this on a TV, grab yourself a pad and a pen and sit down and follow along with me. Now, any of you that have got a college or university education, you might have a hint of where we're heading with this, but play along anyways. We've got some interesting things along the way here that could be quite eye-opening if you're willing to play along with it. Okay, you get your pen and your pad with you. What you're going to do is you're going to do an honest assessment of yourself. Now, you got to be honest about this and follow with me, and you're going to find out some really interesting things about yourself that you've probably never discovered before. So on a pad of paper, you sit down at the table, close to the TV, follow along with me, and you're going to list down all the things that you're good at. Skills. Now, you're going to write down, and you got to be as honest as you possibly can, all the skills that you're really good at. Now, I'm going to give you some examples that might lead you in the way, and if you can get as much detail as possible, this is great. You want at least between 6 and 12 items. So are you good at woodworking? Are you good at crafting? Are you good at sewing? Are you good at cooking? And include things that you're really passionate about, that you really, really just love doing in your life. Now remember, you're retired now, but everything, just things that you really are passionate about: cooking, sewing, singing, driving, painting, artwork, sketching, any of that stuff. You get that idea. Now put those down on your pad of paper. Things that you've tried, but you did not succeed at. And it's okay. This is just between you and me, and I can't see what you're writing down, so nobody's creeping on you. This is an exercise just for yourself. Okay? Now, what's your list of 6 or 12 of those things? Maybe you're good at Cirque du Soleil or something, but maybe you're not. So list it down. You want to get a list of about at least a dozen to a half a dozen things. Put them down. Okay, on the third page, you want to list down your core attributes. What do you really excel at? There's things that you like to do, things that you love to do, passionate about, but what are the core things that you just knock right out of the park? Customer service, anything from your previous job in life. Because what we're talking about today is that you're in retirement, and it's almost like doing a reset. It's a whole different world, retirement is. And you've got to do the reset. In order to find out where you're going, you got to know where you've been and what you can do. Flip over the page, the paper, get onto the page, and now we're going to list down some scary things that really bother you, things that you might consider as threats. being homeless, being left on the street, being without money, without resources. Again, have a list of at least 6 of those items, and if you can get up to 12, that's better. More is always better, okay? Now at this point, you've got 2 choices. You can look at all your data, you can separate each sheets and look at them and do your own manual combination of what your strengths and weaknesses are to figure out who you actually are. Now, there's another way of doing this, and I'm just going to take a moment here. Stick with me. Some people are afraid of AI and artificial intelligence, but it's been in my particular experience that AI is a great office assistant. It's got a brain that encompasses so much, especially today in 2026. So, what we're going to do is, stick with me here. You're going to open up, and I would suggest Gemini, or if you use ChatGPT or one of those other ones, that's okay as well. And what you're going to do is I'm going to show you a screenshot here of a prompt, and you're going to type this prompt first into AI. Don't hit the return button yet, because we've got some other things to add to it, okay? Now, in my opinion, there's no reason to be scared of AI. A lot of people have bugaboos about that, but it seems to work really well for me. I use it as an office assistant to help me out, and may do some nonfiction writing. I do not use AI to write fiction. I do not use AI to write music. I do use AI when it comes to creating graphics. And if you've got a couple of moments to look at my other channel, Cosmic Groovy Writer, I do a lot of my music there. And I use animation on some of my stuff. If you'd like to take a look at the Fairy Affirmations of Love, I used AI for generating the graphics on that. Some people think that's cheating. I don't have the knowledge ability or the time or the machine resources to create really good graphics. So I create graphics by using prompts. The prompts that go in are mine. I create the storyline and I tell AI what I want. Sometimes it gives me what I want, sometimes it doesn't. I have to redo it. But everybody has their own vision of AI. In this particular case, AI is going to give us some interesting examples. Here is the custom prompt. I'm going to put it up on the screen and leave it there long enough so you can look at it or take a screenshot of it if you want. I would suggest, if you've got the ability to take a picture of it and then maybe by hand copy it into your own notes or pages or whatever you use, Microsoft Office, whatever, that way. Pardon me for a moment as I read this off the screen, but I'm going to put the graphic up for you. Who are you prompts for AI? Now this is instructions. Type the following prompt into your favorite AI bot. I use Gemini. It's free on Google. Use your own gender and age only in this. You're not putting your name in. You're just doing this as generic. So here is the prompt for myself. I know a male person age 65 years old. I will provide you with 4 lists of their skills, weaknesses, attributes, and threats. Please provide an action plan based on this person's data that can help them achieve a successful, rewarding, and adventurous life in retirement. Feel free to include suggestions based on your own world knowledge to round out the answer. Here are the person's data. And after that colon there, you put in all your attributes. Now, going back to when you make your list, try and be as concise and on target as possible. Crafting with quilts, crafting with all sorts of different things. If you can break it down to not just artwork, don't just put art, put painting, put sketching, put whatever, drill down to the closest possible, at the risk of saying this, niche you can. The more concise you can get, the more concise answer you're going to come out. Now, through the magic of AI, after you type that in there, now what you got to do is you may have to make a second page, because once you hit that return, it's going to gibble up the AI. So what I do is I open up another document, type in the prompt here, and then cut and paste all the data. You got all that together. Then you copy that into the AI bot and hit return. Now, only you are going to know what the results are. I'm not going to know. So this is totally for you, and I'm be curious, just from an observational perspective, let me know in the comments down below what came up with your assessment. Now, you can do this if you don't want to use AI. You can do it manually if you've got a little bit of gray matter in the noggin there and look at some of the stuff. If you want, you can try both. But I would try that with AI and see what it comes up with. And it may find that you've got a whole different world and perspectives that you never even thought of pursuing. And it's worth giving it a try, because AI is pretty smart. It's got a worldview of things today. And it takes all your information, puts it in there. It's private. You're not putting your name on it. It doesn't know who you are. You're using a hypothetical person, but make sure you've got your gender and your age down, even if it's pre-retirement. If you're 55, put down that you're age 55 and see what it comes up with. Now, I'm talking this from a perspective of people in retirement. You could probably, almost anybody could use this and do their own self-assessment. Might be scary. This might catch on. Who knows? But try it and see what it does. Because finding out who you really are is going to help you going forward in retirement. Because I think a lot of us go through life and we're not faithful to ourselves sometimes. And, well, I like to do this, I like to do that, I'm good at that. Are you really good at that? Or do you think you're just really good at that? But this is going to help you in retirement. You can include sports in any of those things, those attributes. Are you still go out and play baseball or soccer? Do you do pickleball? List all that down. The more information you've got to put in for this assessment, the better and more concise the assessment is going to be. So try it. That's my tip for you. We're going to be rolling on to the rest of the show now, but give that a try and see what happens. I'd like to know your comments. Give me your feedback, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and comment. I really enjoy comments, and I do respond to every comment personally. Okay, on with the show. Next time on Surviving Retirement. First it was who, next it'll be what.
The topics, opinions, and views discussed in these videos are meant for entertainment purposes and are not a substitute for professional advice.